news. It's been a crazy week. I've been sick in the hospital at the beginning, had my birthday on Tuesday. My wife had a big work pitch that was a do or die kind of thing. And then my dad just got his vaccines for the shot, so I don't have to, or the, you know what I mean. And so, yeah, so lots of things going on. And then last night, literally, we bought a house. So we've been looking for over a year, and I'm so happy that we have figured out a place. So good to see you guys in here as you trickle in. Today we're going to talk about, because I have to do it now, and I'm sure there'll be more info on this, but how you move 20 tanks without killing everything. Sorry, I know all my teeth are missing and messed up now. They really are. But try not to stare at them. Now that I said that, you will. Hold on. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here. It's freezing cold. I'm going to skip to where the stream starts here, and then we'll go inside in a moment. But let's see here. John, what's going on? Rigel, what's going on? BJ, Palmer, 40 Years Fish, Atkins, what's going on? Ian, Rigel helping out as the mod. He is the moderator. Let's see here. Pete, what's going on in Perth? Jennifer, Cheryl, hello. Yeah, if you're trying to grab my attention, as Rigel said, just do the secret history living in your aquarium, and it'll be highlighted. If you are a channel member, you are able to, when I have it on top chat, if we get over about 60 to 70 people in here, I switch to top chat, and then you're able to either do the @ sign to get my attention, or if you say Alex or whatever, it does show the members' comments longer. So I don't know, I guess that's a little perk. Josh B, what's up? Spirulina, hey. Let's see here. J-Rad, what's going on, Jared? Up in Canada, your average fish keeper, how's it going? Muppet, Aquaballs, George, what's going on? Ginger, okay, we got so many good people in here. Geek Boy, Evo, Dragon Layer, Leo, mainly betas, how's it going? All right, guys, yeah, so we're all here. We're all partying, and Posiwi, good to see you. All right, let's switch this around. Okay, let's go inside. I literally just got back from the house, so it's a bit of a story to tell you. Sorry, guys, let me get in the door. It's a bit of a story. We'll get my laptop, and we're gonna take a look also at the layout of everything too. So let's do that. But we have 20 tanks to move. Luckily, we have a full month. Yeah, you're in live chat. Mains. Jess, good to see you. I hope you're feeling better. My friend, my feathered friend. You might have feathers. You've got all the other animals around. Okay. So, I'm going to have some advice. I've helped other people move a lot. Haven't ever built a serious fish room like, 100 tanks or anything, but I've helped with other fish rooms. And I've been planning what to do with this one for a long time. So, we're going to go over my plans. I'm going to bounce some ideas off you. And then we might also just kind of chat, take some general questions, and look at tanks while we chat, that kind of thing. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm really excited. Yeah, we've been working a really long time for this. The way it worked out was crazy. I'll tell you that in just a minute. But, yeah. So, moving tanks, I literally just got more fish for some tanks, thinking that we weren't going to get anything. We've been looking for a little over a year. like with pre-approval ready and everything. And the Seattle market is insane. It didn't go down at all. In fact, in the last year, it's gone up 12% in a year. So the most challenging tanks to move are going to be these rimless guys. They're going to be rough because they don't have a frame, obviously, but they have a bottom that's flat and glass, and obviously you can't put any pressure or torque on any one spot in there. So, what we'll need to probably do is get a board, like a heavy-duty chip board that's 1/8 of an inch thick, very thin but sturdy wood. And then we'll probably do is we'll put cut in half a 2x4 and put one of those halves on either side. And we will, and so it'll be like one of those, what do you call it? A stretcher, kind of like that you'd carry injured soldiers with, but that way we can kind of slide things off that are like this. This will be the hardest tank to move, and what we're going to do with this one is probably catch everyone out of it except the shrimp, drain the water all the way down to here, and so it should just be substrate. And with substrate alone, I'm assuming it'll still be probably 150 pounds. So we're going to need lots of help, like 3 or 4 people. Yeah, kind of like one of those rickshaws or whatever, but without the wheels, just with the person on either side. But that's one way to do it. Another way is to so really there's choices of gutting the thing completely and restarting, and I need to take stock of everything and decide, what do I want to do that with? Also, I need to decide in the next month, okay, what fish do I want to sell or gift or trade, you know. Thank you so much, Ginger. 19.99. Wow. The birthday presents keep coming still. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, now the cool thing is, and I'll show you guys, is so now I'm going to have space for the tanks in a dedicated area in the house. It's only a 2-bedroom house, but I'll show you guys the floor plan and everything. And I'm going to show you guys what I suggest you do if you're moving and you're trying to... I mean, this might be helpful information if you move anyways, but it might be helpful if if you're building an aquarium room, for sure, a fish room. Mainly bettas for chipboard stretcher rickshaw construction fund. Thank you so much, you guys. That's so sweet. I really appreciate that. Like I said, I've had my birthday in the last week, and I've had I was in the hospital in the last week. It has been a crazy week. I literally got told that I was 24 hours from death if I had not gotten treatment for that infection in my blood. I'm still pretty tired, but I'm just so elated today that, yeah, I'm just so happy. The other aquarium that's going to be a little bit hard to carry and to take care of is going to be this one. Just this one was awkward. I literally carried this into the house alone, but what we're going to do is the house is only about a 15 to 20 minute drive from this house, luckily. So what we'll probably do is take 2 or 3 aquariums at a time, like one big one and 2 10s or a 20 or something like that, you know, and put them in a truck or rent a U-Haul type thing, and we'll do it over a couple days, I think, and have the shelving ready to go for when it gets there. So now the main plan would be, you'd take the manzanita out, you'd take the big stones out, and you'd put those in a Tupperware or Rubbermaid that are for this. So I need to buy some Rubbermaids, and I need to buy also the $1 per gallon sale is going on right now at Petco, and so I will also be trying to hit that up also. Hey Isabel, hey Dragon Lair, Thomas, W, Marion, hello as everyone comes in. The other thing, check out all the eggs this female laid. So you guys know I lost one of my angels. Well, this little gold female, who was the one fighting the blue gal, she has laid, I mean, I don't even know how many, like 300 or more, maybe 400 eggs. Like, Sergio's in the way, but There's eggs all the way around that pipe, almost the entire thing around. I've never seen her lay so many. So after the other female died, she sure, I don't know, got excited. Um, I don't have, Jennifer, I don't have any of the Sun Didanios at all right now, unfortunately. The other thing is we're gonna have to figure out our potted plants, our furniture. I mean, right now we're in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I'm gonna miss this really badly, but our mortgage is gonna be cheaper than our rent was, so that's gonna be really nice because Seattle's gotten so expensive rent-wise and everything. Um, for if we didn't count all of the other stuff, I think that our rent would be, or I mean, if we don't count utilities and things that we do pay for, our rent is 2,400, and a new house, you can get a $400,000 to $500,000 house right now with how good the interest rates are on a 30-year mortgage. You're paying about $120,000 in interest over 30 years if you didn't pay it off early. But right now, we got a 2.75 interest rate, nice and low. And then before insurance, we got to get homeowners insurance and a bunch of other stuff, yeah. But it'll be probably about 19 to 2100 for the mortgage and the insurance, and then there'll be utilities, obviously, and so not bad, especially since we're not throwing the money away per se, like you do when you don't own the house. So we're excited, but yeah, so for this aquarium, we'll probably disassemble everything. We'll probably put the filters and everything. Wow, okay, we got super chats coming in still. Thank you so much, guys. More birthday presents or home warming presents. I don't. Isabel, 20 Canadian dollars. Missed your birthday. Thank you so much. Dragon Laird, help you move, my friend. Yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can with the tanks and everything. But as far as heavy stuff, we got oak, wood, and maple furniture and stuff too. I can't, with my back and stuff, I can't really do it. So I guess my wife says we're gonna hire some moving folks to help, but I don't really want them helping with the tanks. So I think my dad and maybe my friend Ben and some other folks are gonna help. So let's go downstairs real quick. We'll get situated. Hold on, let me grab my tripod. I know this is probably nauseating as I wander around, guys. Sorry. A little excited, a little flustered, and then we'll set up and start chatting about the details of moving these tanks. So, part of what we'll do is going to be, we're going to definitely use the battery powered, the little USB battery powered, what do you call them? Air pumps. Sorry, guys, brain not working. Air pumps, and that should help. Using these buckets, we'll put the big fish, the angels, rainbow fish, anything that I can catch that's big. Thank you so much, Peplin Creek Lightning Rod Fund, for your new house. Thank you. Definitely will need one. Definitely will. So many good people in here. It's good to see you all. So, the other thing that we need to do in the fish room, there's lots of things specific to my situation, but these are things to think about for you if you end up moving too, is you're going to want to put a halt to, I've got all these fry projects going on. I've got 3 tanks down there. I've got another tank in here with fry. We've got 3 different sets of fry in there. So really need to consider that. Definitely try to get all the fish to stop breeding. Fry can travel okay, but they're just hard to wrangle if they're not already all in one group. So what will we do for like this one, if it's got deep substrate, we might have to actually reset the tank. That doesn't mean we can't reuse the substrate and just cap it, but it might be too heavy no matter what on a tank like this 40. So we'll probably have to take out the plants, and that is a super time consuming process. I have a video on how to add substrate to an existing aquarium without spiking the ammonia, and it's the same process except doing each little quadrant, removing the plants and setting them aside and cutting them and weeding them. You would do that for the entire thing in one day if possible. I mean, the speed is the name of the game for making this work well, the move. Now, some tanks like this one here, this should be no problem whatsoever. This tank, oh wow, the fish are all colorful right now. They must have been spawning. They're happy about the new house. So like this 10 gallon, I've mooned 10 gallons full before. That's not good on them, and any sort of torquing that you accidentally have, they can definitely break. So I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna be careful. So we'll probably take half the water out of the 10 gallons and about 80% out of the 20 gallons. And then we'll have BJ Palmer, thank you so much. Another $10 super chat. You guys, you don't have any idea how much this means to me right now, because I know the house sounds like, oh, must be made of money, huh? But no, really, we're spending just like 2/3 of our income on finding a place to live, basically, you know, all of our savings, pretty much, which is scary with the health issues I've had. Look, he ate a shrimp. He cut it right in half with the first bite, and now he's gonna go eat the rest of it. What a little guy. So if you're curious if if gold ring or gold eye or golden dwarf cichlids, however you want to call them, Nanocara anomalous, eat shrimp. Yeah, they do. They eat shrimp. But yeah, the easy tanks, obviously, these, I can just put a lid on them and move them. Those will be fine. It'll be getting an area prepped and ready that'll be important. Now, this is going to be another challenging one. It's rimless, so we'll also need to slide a board under there. What we'll do, unfortunately, which will be a super pain in the butt, is take out most of the heavy stones, all of the water. I'm going to hope that I can leave the plants for the most part. We'll see how heavy it is with the stone, with the stones in it. But that is a bummer with where this tank is at right now. It is just coming into its own, and it's very, very common. Don't feel like you failed at all. If you have a tank and you set it up, and then you have to tear it down and reset it up, if it spikes the ammonia, if some fish die, if some plants die back, it's just common. This one will be easier. It's lighter. It's awkward and it sloshes. So this one, with these fish that don't need a heater or air stone or anything, we can literally leave about this much of everything in here, hopefully. And since it's just a little 10 gallon, it should be fine. As far as all of these tanks, it'll be draining them down 80%, and taking out the hardscape, putting it in a bucket accordingly, taking any of the of the fish that really need, they can't get muddied water, so like the gobies, the ember tetra, or the tetras over there, the long fin tetras that are delicate, and then the pseudomagills, any rainbow fish, are going to need their help too. So what we'll do is we'll drain down the tank, and right now we're going to actually start cutting back the feeding. And I'm probably going to take the temperature down just a bit in some of these tanks, just to kind of slow the metabolism of some of these fish a little, so they're not so revved up. I'm going to cut back the amount of live food that we're feeding them, because we don't need Mr. Banshee or the Danios. I moved the Danios over here, the new Hikari Danios. We don't need them revving up. Also, I moved the rainbow fish that were upstairs into here. Two of the females mysteriously died overnight. One was on a stream, and the other one happened later than that stream. And I don't know if it was nitrites or what. So what I did is 100% water change on this tank. Took all the algae out, left the filter, and then added all the moss and guppy grass and also wood from upstairs to this tank. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm starting more sponge filters. So knowing that I have to move by the 25th of February, I'm starting as many of these sponge filters as possible so that these little ones can be battery powered in buckets or even in a 10-gallon or in a Rubbermaid tote. And then that should be okay. Bruce Fletcher, thank you so much. $5 super chat. Thank you, guys. So let me show you the actual house layout. You guys, I mean, do you care about that? Is that something we want to see? Where did I put? Oh, Alex, you're crazy. You're crazy. Let's see here. We got a mess going on, but yeah. That's too close. Too close. Too close. You guys. So yeah. Yeah. So it's really exciting. We had all but given up, and I'll tell you the story while I'm bringing up the picture of the new fish room where it's headed, and then how I'm gonna plan this out too. We'll talk about that too. But basically last night we had I mean, every night we look at what's for sale. We get sent new stuff by our realtor who's a friend of ours, and we kind of just, I don't know, look at what's around and then kind of feel like, well, we can't afford it. Usually the houses we see that are listed at around $500,000 in our area, every single one we've made an offer on has gone for at least $575,000. If it's listed at $5 or $4, even $450, it goes up to $550 no matter what. It's really insane. It feels like a bubble, so it feels like a bad time to buy. Although I've been saying that for like 5 years, and now it's a pandemic, and it's even worse, you would think. Yet we have even it's insane. So yet we have even better, or even more competition. So we saw the house. We were like, okay, let's go tour it. And yeah, when rates are low price, exactly. So, you know, just so you guys know, when you think about it, so when we started looking a year ago, we got approved, we both have good credit. When we got approved, the rate was like 3.8 to 4.2, somewhere in there, depending on where we were. If we had bought a $450,000 to $550,000, so let's just say $500,000 house, $500,000 house, which is very, very, that's on the very, very low end for Seattle. The average house right now is $810,000 in Seattle city limits. We're not in the city limits. We've moved north of the city, about 3 miles. Actually, we're only 10 blocks from city limits, but from our current place, it's just traffic. It's going to take 15 or 20 minutes to get there. It's, as the crow flies, it's pretty close, but it's over a couple ridges next to a lake, next to the interstate. But the market here is just insane. Everybody waives financing. Everybody waives the inspections even. Everybody waives the assessment on pricing. So like if the bank says there's no way that house is worth $600,000, and you know someone pays that, they have to pay. The bank won't lend them that anymore, even if they were approved for that. So there's a lot of people that get stuck paying out of pocket, you know, in those situations. But in this area, minimum wage is also $15 an hour, and I mean, a lot of people make $200,000 a year. And that's not uncommon. In fact, I know a lot of people who make that. Now, oddly enough, a lot of people don't make anywhere near that. They make like 30,000 a year. Like me, I'm in more like the 30 or $40,000 a year market. Usually, being an artist and doing side jobs and things like that. My wife has a good job though, a career, I guess you would call it. Hey, Jamie Lee, welcome. But so in any case, the houses we've looked at are mostly like World War II era and before, that have been remodeled a little bit and then run down. So like they're remodeled in the 60s or 70s and they get run down. They were rentals for a while, or someone was retiring and now they're going to a nursing home. Lots of houses like that. Not a lot of new houses or anything for sale unless they're condos. And so they're not the cool, like, turn of the century houses, though. They're very utilitarian, like World War II era, and just after, also, before and after. And so they have there's a lot of cinder block houses and stuff like that, that are just rectangles. But land is hard to come by in the city. Most houses are on 4,000 square feet of land besides the house. So maybe like a 5,500 square foot lot. This lot that we got is the land without the house is 9,000 square feet. So like a third of an acre almost, which is awesome. So the house, back to the story real quick, and then I'll show you the house and we'll plan out the fish tank a bit more. The house, though, itself, we found out as we went to go look at it, we requested they had done inspections and they'd done sewer scopes, which is unusual. Usually we've been having to pay for that out of pocket, or a group of us does it. And then all goes and bids against each other. And usually the bids have been like 10 to 20% over asking is where the houses have been selling for, and it's been all cash. There's been a lot of foreign buyers, a lot of for a while there were a lot from Hong Kong, because the government in China has cracked down really hard on Democratic Republic stuff, and so all of a sudden there's a lot of people who had ties, family, siblings that lived here, but they were going back and forth, or they lived there, and so they decided. Yeah, when did I grow a beard? I guess I grew a beard again the last 2 weeks or something. I haven't shaved for like 2 weeks, so probably then. I haven't shaved since like January 5th or 6th or 7th, somewhere in there. Somewhere around the time with the stuff at the Capitol, I recall. But in any case, so the house, we got all the sewer scope and everything. Everything was structurally fine. There was one little leak in the one little leak in the roof, possibly, that had been patched. They did work, and the crawl space needs some work. None of the electrical things were grounded, so especially with the aquariums and things, when you move, you want to make sure that you've got that taken care of, that you've got a breaker on things, and make sure that basically if water gets on them, that it'll trip the circuit and shut it off. Because in these old houses, if you were getting electrocuted, like if a toaster fell in the tub with you, I don't know why you'd have a toaster next to the tub, but that's what I always think of. A hair dryer, it would just keep shocking you until the fuse corroded or overheated and melted. Whereas now I think it's 1/32 of a second or less, the switch, the breaker kicks in, and that's why if you use too much juice in the kitchen, for instance, you have to push the little button in the wall on the plug to flip it back on. But so yeah, this house looked really clean, and we were like, cool, let's take a look. And offers were due on the 27th, so coming up next week. And we get there, and literally as we're getting there, we're told someone already made an offer. It's substantially more than the asking price. And yeah, you guys can look if you want, but um, they're probably out of the gates, probably not going to get it. Yeah, ground fault outlets and breakers. Yeah. Um, and so that's been our story. The last house we put an offer in on, we waived financing, we waived title, we did all sorts of things. Everything's pre-approved, and we still didn't get it at like 6% above ask. That was tied with the other people. There were 25 people that made offers on this other house, and I think we were like, oh, maybe we'll go to 550, and other people went all the way to 625. At least 5 people went that high above us, so we just can't compete. And I've been getting tired of it, so I went online and I looked up the people who own this house now, and I looked up their history. I saw that they didn't pay for any of the repairs they did from the inspections in cash. They had to do it in installments. And also, the house says for sale or for trade, but they've already moved out, so I assume they really need to find a place. They must have had to move out during the illness that we're all dealing with, and maybe they're renting, or maybe they're in a hotel and they just wanted to cash in on this crazy market. So with the offer already in, we said, okay, well, let's try to put our offer in with this person who did an early offer. And that way we don't have to compete with 25 people. We have to compete with one crazy high offer. And we wrote a really nice letter, saying basically, I was hit by lightning 2 years ago. We had all this savings, and we both have worked lots of odd jobs, and I've had all sorts of health problems, and I love fish and nature and blah. Basically told him my life story, in 2 pages, and how often we'd raise money, and then I've had medical bills take it away. I lost my whole savings from lupus diagnostic, blood tests, and then being hospitalized and things not being covered with medications. And then, my dental stuff after the lightning, we spent 38 grand of our savings, pretty much all of it on fixing my teeth, and now they're pulling them all anyways, and I'm headed towards dentures, which is another bunch of money. So I don't need to go into it all again, but bottom line is, we told them this is the best we can do. And it's my wife and I, we love each other very much. We love the area. I've been born and raised here. My parents live just about 15 minutes north of there. They're getting older. We want to stay near them. And I saw that, they had family in the area too. When you background check their names, lots of fellow family members showed up. So I just kind of tailored a letter thinking, what do they care about? Looking at the pictures in the house, then we went around and stuff. And it came down to, we were supposed to find out at 6 p.m. what was happening with the offer. It was supposed to be decided. Nothing. We don't hear anything. 9 p.m. rolls around. And finally, our agent, who's also Laura's good friend, calls us and goes, you guys, the other people raised their bid. You need to raise yours again. And we were already at our max, really. So my wife said, you know what, let's go 10K higher. So we went 10K higher than our max of what we thought we would spend. And we know we've done all the finance and work to figure it out, what's affordable, what's within our budget. But it's just scary. We've never bought a house or anything. We don't have any car payments, or we don't have any payments other than medical and utilities. But our offer was $45,000 less than theirs. It was a couple from India coming, and I think they might have even wanted to tear the place down and build a new house, because the new houses on lots this size are going for like between 900,000 and 1.2 million. But the people chose us, and they said the letter and the story touched them, that it wasn't worth the difference. And Yeah, so let's show you guys the place. The other thing is uh, I broke my sobriety pledge by drinking. I didn't actually even drink this much. I had 2 ounces of champagne last night for the first time in 12 years. Actually, at my wedding, I had one sip. And then, so the front of the house, right here. So the front of the house, that's my mom. She came out today to check it out. But it's just a little house, a little rambler. And there's parking in the front. There's a carport. And then down the street, there's a creek and a little place. Um, and you're able to go to a pond. I did a video on uh, like the lake that the whole thing is a filter when you look at a bog. I think it was called bog restoration. So the bog is only 4 blocks away from there. Um, so yeah, and then so that's the front of the house. There's nothing in the front of the house space wise, but from the back, the lot's pretty big. So there's like a little fire pit here. There's some natural plants here. There's an apple tree, a pear tree, a willow, and some more apple trees. This apple tree has to be 80 or 100 years old. And then if you get closer, so then this is the lower part of the yard. There's a shed built in with electricity running to it. So at first I was thinking, oh, I could put some fish in there. I do want to do more tanks outside, and I think those summer tanks will probably go here, somewhere around in here, because there's the electricity here. So we can do even pumps and things, or we could do a pond up in here and have a little waterfall. So there's so much potential. This is just a cinder block fire pit that they had there. And then up above the yard, one side looks like that with the big old apple tree. And the other side looks like this. Now, these people here, they have a big koi pond that's like, I don't know, 1,200 gallons probably, hanging out. And so that was pretty cool and exciting to see that they've got that. Now, a lot of the yard is super uneven, so we'd need to come in and aerate it and flatten it. And they what do they call it? Hydro seeded it or whatever, where you just spray the stuff on that sticks to everything. And so then looking a little more head on, Xanadu, thank you so much. Love your streams, Alexander. Well, thanks. I figure this one is so personal. I don't know how helpful it is, but I hope this is stuff that some of y'all will think about. All right, so now let me flip this back to me while you can look into my eyes while I get the actual address up. Um, because I don't want to show you the actual address. It's not even my house yet. Um, but yeah, and then I'll show you the inside where we're gonna put the fish room. So yeah, off of 155th, Seattle. Um, uh, hold on. Um, Sorry for the delay, guys. Let's see here. Is this one? I'm trying to see if they even still have the house. Did they take it down? Oh, they might have. I might have to use an old link. Um, let's see here. Do. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay, but it'll be worth it. And then you guys can envision what we're thinking, or what I'm thinking, and what I'm going to do to plan for this. Because, we also need to figure out what's gonna work for everyone. Let's see here. Why does this not have... Alright, hold on. Let me find the link to it really quick, because I don't know what happened. Gotta find the link. The link. Sorry, guys. I'm so inept. So, how is everybody else doing, by the way? $2.99. Congrats on the new place. Happy for Fish Fam. Yeah. Hopefully I can do more things. More cool fish stuff, you know, with this space. I'm really hoping that that's the case. Really? Hold on one sec. I know who knows where it's at. Mary. If I can find her, I will find the answer to all my problems. So sorry for the delay. So, the next stage that we're gonna do is we're also going to, I'm gonna cut out on... Oh, thank you so much, Zen Ginger, for coming on up to the secret supporter membership level. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much anyways. You can do no wrong. But thank you. But yeah, so another suggestion, when you're moving tanks, you pull out all the hardscape that you need to move the tank, so you won't bust the glass. Knowing what that breaking point is takes a little bit of experience. Wow, thank you so much, Jamie Lee. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Wow, the birthday presents and the good luck just keeps coming this week. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. You know, this community just being friends means so much to me. It really does. So, the support and your guys' comments and just, I don't know. You guys are just the best. I appreciate you all so much. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. I think I did. Okay, yes. Alright, how do I hide? There we go. And then let's do the 3D walkthrough, guys. Look, oh, you're seeing my hand. Alright. Okay. So this is Major Fish Islands, but we will do the 3D walkthrough. I'll show you real quick. I think we can do like a bird's eye view here. Yeah, okay, so here's the whole house right here. So the front of the house being, how did I even turn it? Front of the house being here, and there we go. And this is the kitchen. So we got the kitchen. There's a front door here. There's a carport here, and kitchen sink. Here there's a spot where we could easily put that big tank. See, they got a running table there right now. And then there's the living room, and there's a fireplace in the living room, a gas fireplace, and a big bay window, and then room for couches. Then here is a wall with a bunch of shelving on it. So we were thinking of putting perhaps our TV, a flat screen up here, and then 1, 2, 3 tanks there, maybe, of the rimless ones, like all my rimless ones, perhaps. Then there's this back bedroom. Right now, there is a chance that we might change our mind and decide that this back bedroom will be for the fish room, in which case I would be really stoked. In that case, we would probably take this wall here, this wall, and then maybe put a desk here or a desk here, and have a chair here or here, and look at the wall, kind of. But the water is here, so that would make it easy. The one bathroom is right here. There's a bathtub, toilet, sink, and then there's the hallway. And the hallway, then there's this extra room. So this is where most likely we're going to have the tanks, the aquariums. This will probably be the fish room. So you can see if, and then here's the master bedroom, just so you can see, with the giant closet for some reason. For, my wife can have a 9x6 closet. She needs it, and she deserves it. And then oddly enough, the washer and dryer are right here. So we were thinking eventually, in a few years, we'll probably do an addition and add a bathroom here, and then put the washer and dryer in this room instead, and extend it a bit. But we can't afford any of that right now, so that's way down the road. But right here and here, there's a sliding glass door here. Right here, we've got 11 feet here, and what is it, 6 feet here, I believe, to do shelving, and then 8 feet tall ceilings. There's also a wall here. I don't know if she'll allow me to have both yet. But the racks that I currently have, I could do one here, and I'd still have room for a whole extra rack from this one and this one. But I'm gonna buy more sturdy ones so that we can do that, a bigger one. I want some more 40 breeders on the bottom. So now let's get out of this mode. Hold on one sec. So I know it's kind of hard to tell what in the heck is going on in this mode. Later, Zen Ginger, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Why can't... Great. Hold on. Let me film the bucket while I figure out how I'm going to get out of this screen. Alright. Okay, so if we look at the pictures real quick so you can see what we're dealing with on a flat view, like here's the living room, here's the kitchen as you walk in, and there's the hallway into the living room, and then that extra room's right here. So what I'll be doing is we'll be taking, and I'm going to actually do this for all our furniture. We're going to take our couches and everything, and we're going to get some gridded paper. And for every square foot, we're going to make it 4 of the grid squares on the paper, so that we're measuring 6 inches by 6 inches every grid. And I'm actually going to build a flat grid, that's the size of this, or however big it ends up being. And then we're actually going to trace out the real dimensions of the couch. So if the couch is 6 feet by 2 feet, that'd be 4 by 12 of the grid squares, and we'd cut it out, and then we could set it there. Well, I'm going to do that for the wall for the fish racks this way, and then just figure out the widest spot that I'm going to need to do that for the other way. But let me show you. So here is that extra room. There's a big sliding glass door here. There's 6 feet here, 8 feet of wall here, 6 feet or 7 feet of wall there. And let's see here. And then here's looking the other way. So here's the 8 foot. Actually, these both are 8 feet, I guess. 8 feet, I measured it, and then 6 feet. So, is that what it was? 8 by, yeah. And then, so we could do racks to the ceiling here. Also, it has an inline water heater. So yeah. And then the other thing we could do is in the center have a big tank. The other thing is we're gonna have lots of room outside for a pond. I already have a 900-gallon pond liner that I got years ago that's been at my parents' house that I was gonna put in for them for koi, and now we're gonna use it at this place. So it's like a kidney-shaped thing. So that'll be another project on the channel coming up in the future. There's the living room again. I'll just blow through. Like I said, it's kind of weird. The bedroom has a washer and dryer in it, and then these French doors with glass, which is like, what? Why do I need to see that? But yeah, big closet, walk-in closet. My wife will be happy. And then the bedroom is 15 by 15 or by 14. So it's a big bedroom. In my mind, that's a big bedroom. And more pictures of the backyard of the house. Thinking we're gonna do a raised 20-foot by 10-foot garden for my wife. And Michael Long, $9.99 super chat. Good luck with the setup and move with the tanks. Thank you so much. So I want to get into showing you guys also like aquaponics. So we'll be doing composting, worm bends, things like that. We might be doing chickens and rabbits, things like that. I don't know. And then that shed down here, there's actually enough room that we could build a 600 square foot. This is the long-term thing. So that whole yard, and then it dips down, and then you've got this level, since it's a third of an acre right in the city, which is like, we don't know how we lucked out. The people, other like Redfin came in and listed the place, and they did a nice job. You know, they did this 3D tour and everything, but the actual listing agent didn't. They did a very bad pictures. Everything looked run down. It wasn't staged right. I mean, there's things that need some work, but structurally, it's very sound, especially for a house that's built, you know, when it is. But so say we go into this room. This is a nice handy tool for any house that's for sale that Redfin has been involved with. So we can turn around and we can say, so here's where the water heater is, and it's one of those infinity ones that never runs out. And this house is in Shoreline, Washington, right on the city line next to the interstate. So say we want to know how big that is. This little tool here lets us go in and click here. So we can click here, and click here. So we got 8 feet. Approximately 8 feet. Let's see. Whatever, that wasn't quite straight. This would be straighter. So that gives us that dimension, 8 foot 4 inches, you know? And then if we zoom out, we can see that from the ground. Oh, wait. I'm so bad at controlling this. Sorry, guys. Oh, and I've got to film. Just problems, Alex. You're full of problems. This used to be a bedroom, and it kind of sucks that it's only a 2-bedroom house, but at the same time, it feels a lot more open with this plan. So if we click down here, yeah, with that yard, we are just so excited. You know, if we click down here, come on, and then click to here, come on. Why is it not working now? Yeah. What time is it? Oh, okay.
5:10.
Okay. Alright, so that's... Well... Escape. I don't know what just happened here. Let's try that again. So it's 7 feet 8 inches. So yeah, I mean, so we're able to go in and measure everything even though we don't have the house. Long story short. So I'll be able to figure out, you know, that is that this is, let's see here. We'll go, burnt, burnt. So this is a pretty cool tool if you guys are ever moving. In theory, yeah, okay, that's a 4 foot wall. Sorry, so 4 feet. But yeah, yeah. So 1/4. Yeah, I know that is a way better scale to work in. But I don't want to make a huge map. I just need to do these tanks. You know, I need to have it down to the units of these tanks, basically. Also, I might do inch equals a box for drawing it out, and then see how I organize the ones that I already have, and then just figure out how many pounds it needs to hold and all that. But yeah, so again, that's the main. That's the good news. That's the place. The yard. There's so many projects we can do now, guys. As far as like koi, goldfish, outside daphnia, more live cultures. You know, it's not a huge house fish room wise inside, but you're also allowed to build an ADU or auxiliary dwelling unit there that's up to 650 square feet. So you could build a nice studio fish room or an extra bedroom Airbnb room or whatever. But I'm going to need to sell off as many of the fish that I don't need to keep, that aren't unique, that aren't strains or lines I've been working on. In here's just some new baby gouramis. They're so teeny, I don't even think I can film them. They're like little clear dots. But yeah, so I'll be doing all that, and I'll show you guys. I'll be sure to make a video, and probably do more pictures for members of the cutouts. Plans for the yard, maybe since there's that big step down of 4 feet, might even do some plans of ponds with a waterfall. And the Panduro, by the way, Panduro Apistos are looking way happier today. They're settling in and coloring back up with that beautiful purple and blue, and just great looking fish in there. And then this tank, I just did an upload about this tank and how it's doing and all the plants. So yeah, hey Dan, how's it going? Thanks for the congrats. But the other thing we'll be doing then is obviously getting rid of as much duckweed as possible. We'll have to undo all the airlines, replan that. We'll probably go in the first day or two and actually build shelving and an arc for an inline piston type cylinder. What do you call it? Why am I drawing a blank on the words? That we'll get a Gemco air pump filter, I think, and then some things will still have HOBs. But yeah, so that's the huge news in our lives, and we're also going to have to kind of tighten our belts. Slash, I'm going to really want to use these tanks for growing more shrimp to sell, more moss to sell, you know, more fish to sell. Like this opens up new potentials. Like, granted, if this were my house that we live in right now, this room could have had a ton of potential if I'd been allowed to use the whole thing. This is a futon here with all the crap on it. Now we have to get ready to move, so we're starting to go through things already. But yeah, so then I'll also need to work out an area to have all my my gear that I'll be saving, you know, this kind of stuff, where I'm gonna place that, and the ladder I work on, and how much space to have in between each tank. I'd like a little more than I have right now, honestly. So all that is to be worked out. A lot of that is a matter of opinion. And yeah, thank you guys for supporting the channel. Bear with me as we go through this. I'm still, like I said, I'm still really, really worn out and tired. Yeah, so but I'm excited, and my wife's excited, and we've worked a long time for this moment. And there's no basement. Seattle doesn't do basements usually unless it's on a real steep hill. Um, and no basement. There's a crawl space. And my dad and I will build a deck, maybe with the pond off of it. And we want to do all natural plants from the region. Gosh, this hair is driving me nuts, but I'm holding a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I feel a little flustered right now, but you guys, thank you so much for the support, for your opinions, the super chats, your questions, all that kind of stuff. And maybe tomorrow we can get another video in, because today just feels so hectic that I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I'm, so excited about everything. Also, I got that moisture detector um, from a viewer, and he's got something that I'm going to share with you guys soon, having to do with breeding shrimp. But this thing will let me put that in the room, detect moisture, and send alerts to my phone. So that's good. We also want to put down some probably rubber utility mats and work mats, things like that. But we'll talk about the specifics of all that later. And I just need to kind of keep in mind that, I've got to spend some money even more. And then we'll just really tighten our belts after we get moved in for a while. And hopefully back to just buy, sell, trade. Not buy, just sell, trade, I guess. But thank you guys. Thank you so much, super chatters. You guys really appreciate it. Thank you so much, channel members. That helps so much. Thank you, mods. Thank you, my hair, for being in the way all the time. Geez, I need to cut it. And sorry for the poor filming quality today. I just wanted to get it out. I wanted to get up, and yeah, I mean, we got to do all sorts of stuff to the new house. It's not just aquarium fun, obviously. We got to do a lot of stuff for my wife, and I want to, make this place special. And we got to make it ours, because we've been in this rental place for 8 years. So, yeah. The salt dip ratio is different for a lot of different fish. Some people say like a tablespoon a gallon. Some people say a teaspoon a gallon. Some people say double that. Some people say half that. So I would Google it depending on the fish and the problem that you've got. But yeah, so thank you so much. If all the fish that I'm gonna sell, I'll definitely post in it wherever I can. Like contact me for a list, or on the channel even. And so I need to take inventory of all that too. And the other thing is, what I'll have to do is kind of leapfrog, play musical tanks, and take one 10-gallon over and bring a heater. And hopefully in 20 minutes the water temperature won't change a ton, but it will spike the ammonia. So probably going to be really relying on the Seachem Prime, a cap full of that as we move, whenever all the substrate gets shaken in the car, and then we move it directly onto the shelf. So it's going to be a process, but it should be really really rewarding once we get it done. And I gotta figure out what kind of fish we want to keep and what we want to spawn out. And do I want to spawn out more of what I have now, like just get some tanks for space for that, or do I want to consolidate and redo things completely? I know I definitely want a cichlid tank that's bigger, a 55 at least, maybe a 75. But yeah, so all right, guys, I will talk to you later. I gotta go. It's actually the anniversary of a friend who passed away, and we always celebrate her birthday and her passing. So much love to Jessica James Potter, one of my best friends of all time. And Jerry, thanks again for those CPDs. I love them in that tank that they're in. That video that I just did last 2 days, I did a quiet one you can listen to music to if you want, or use it as a blue screen background. And then I did another one where I kind of annotated what's going on with the tank. But I'm going to get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night, morning, wherever you are. If it's in Perth, go to bed. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one, guys.